So it's post-election day. As you know, the election was very, very controversial. So that got me thinking, what do fellow high schoolers like me think about the results of this election? So as you know, people that I interviewed about the election earlier, some people are going to be upset today. Some people are going to be happy today. So we'll see how they think. What's your thoughts on the results of the election last night?
Happy Trump won because, he's just better for our country than Kamala. And, we're running it back. And, I think a lot of people thought it was going to be close, but last night just showed it wasn't close at all. And America just thought, Trump was better, and he is. So, I'm glad that got figured out last night.
What's your thoughts on the result of the election last night?
Um, I didn't watch it. Who won?
Trump did.
Oh, um, I'm not a fan of Trump, but I'm also not a fan of Kamala. So,
So kind of neutral ground, you'd say.
yeah, I'd say so.
How do you feel about the election result?
Yeah, I feel really happy about the election results. I think Trump will do well for America.
What's your thoughts on the results of the election last night?
Trump won, obviously, by majority. A little disappointed about that.
How come?
I just don't think he's a very good candidate. I mean, not saying Kamala is good, but I just think he's worse.
I'm happy that Trump won because I'm not really a Kamala fan. I like Trump kind of. He's pretty cool, I guess.
What's your thoughts on the election last night?
Well, I called it. Last time you interviewed me, I told you it'd be Trump, and we're waking up and it's Trump. So,
Do you feel pretty happy about it?
yeah, I am pretty happy.
What's your thoughts on the outcome of this election?
The outcome is utterly terrible for America itself. All of his plans, everything is just going to go to his tariffs are just going to raise prices for the low income. Tariffs do not help the poor. They're only going to help the rich. Women are going to lose a majority of their rights. It's just a mess overall. Not only Trump taking the presidency, as well as the Senate and the House being mainly Republican, is just gonna be bad for all of Americans. I'm just hoping that our future that people will continue to have rights.
What makes you say that Trump takes women's rights? Is there anything he said?
It's mainly Project 2025, and I know he's distanced himself from it, and he says he's not connected to it, but it was made by his team. He was there at the start of it. I feel like he fully believes in all the majority of the movements in there, and he's just lied to get to hit the position he's in.
Like who's on his team?
I can't think of anyone specific on top of my head. Yeah, it's just his policies are not going to help the American people. That's all I got to say. This is a bad day for America.
What's your thoughts on the outcome of this election?
Trump won, crazy, who got solid. I guess lower gas. I don't know.
Thoughts on the outcome of this election?
Very concerning. I personally am not a Donald Trump supporter, and had I been old enough to vote, I would have voted blue this year. I believe that hopefully there is a recount, and the people of America are going to be safer.
What's your thoughts on the results of the election?
I kind of knew that Trump was going to win just because we've already experienced like what it's like as him being president. I think people are generally more afraid of anything new, especially with something at that kind of scale. And also just how Biden has been running the country with closing down the Alaskan pipelines for gas and making that go up. I think everyone's just fed up with a lot of the bullshit that people are pulling, so they're just going back to what we already know.
What's your thoughts on the election?
Election.
What's your thoughts on the election?
I don't really care for it.
Thank you. What's your thoughts on the election?
I thought it went really well. Yeah.
Trump is I don't know. I'm glad Trump won. Yeah.
He had it in the bag from day one, honestly.
You think he'll restore the country?
Absolutely. I think that I agree with all of his policies. And inflation has already gone down since, he became president, so can't wait for what's next.
Mhm.
What's your thoughts on the results of the election?
I think the election went pretty well, you know. Trump won. I kind of had some mixed opinions. I thought maybe that Kamala was going to find a way to, you know, pull a rabbit out of her ass and win, but, you know, Daddy Trump's home, you know. So I think immigration levels will go down, and he's just going to try to fix the wars overseas and just try to get all conflicts, you know, fixed, housing prices down, grocery prices down. I think the country's going to be a lot better off with Trump in office and not Kamala Harris.
You think he's the right step in the right direction?
Yeah, I think so because, you know, a lot of people think that he's a horrible person, but it's just because he tells the truth. He says it how it is. You know, he doesn't sugarcoat anything. And I think that's what this country needs is just a little bit of truth. And people can't handle that, but those who can are, you know, the real reason why this country is where it is.
What's your thoughts on the results of the election?
Pretty happy with it. I had a dream that he won 278, and then I woke up and it was 277, so I was like, that's really interesting.
What about you?
Isn't he like really close to like 300?
No, it was like he had to get 270.
Yeah, but
he got 277.
I'm pretty happy with it. I might have screamed and jumped up and down.
What's your thoughts on the results of the election last night?
It was actually pretty close. It was like an NBA game. Like, what was it, 230 to 250. Trump almost lost, but he came back down late in the fourth. You know.
What's your thoughts on the results of the election?
Daddy's back, you know. Everything's going to be better now. Our economy's going to go down, and everybody's going to have a good life now.
Are you feeling pretty happy about it?
Yes. Kamala.
What's your thoughts on the election?
I feel good about it.
How come?
Because Trump was the better candidate, and he wants what's best for the country, and Kamala, her morals are just not right, and she denies Jesus, which is not good.
What's your thoughts on the election last night?
I'm really glad with the whoa, I sound like we're some with the results, and I think a big part of him winning is probably Charlie Kirk and him visiting all the colleges and, you know, spreading his message in a good way. And yeah, I'm really glad that Trump won.
What's your thoughts on the election?
I honestly don't really have very many. It's just kind of like, honestly, my biggest thing is I'm just glad that Kamala paved the way for more women to be able to run. Like, good for her for that. Because even, I honestly did not like either of them as candidates, but even for like her to run and give it opportunity for other women to run, that's a pretty cool thing, I think.
So you would say you're pretty neutral about just how it resulted?
Care. It's more just like I really am glad that he won when it comes to like the war piece though, because no new wars started while he was in office, and I have a lot of friends going into the military soon, so that's kind of like a good thing.
How do you feel about the election results?
I feel pretty good. I was pretty nervous last night because they were taking so long, but now I'm glad.
I mean, I feel okay. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous for like to see the future of like what Donald Trump's gonna do, cause like I don't know. I'm just nervy. You feel me? I'm nervy.
What's your thoughts on the results of the election?
I think it was great. I like Donald Trump.
Anything else you'd like to add?
I don't like Kamala. She stinks.
What's your thoughts on the result of the election?
I'm very happy with the results. I think that the world is going to be a much better place now for everybody.
I think it was pretty close, but towards the end, I knew that Trump was going to come out on top. But yeah, it was fair. I don't feel like it was rigged at all, and I'm happy that Trump won. So, yeah.
All right, so what's your guys' thoughts on the results of the election?
Trump on top, yeah.
Yeah, Trump on top. He did good in the election, I think, yeah.
Yeah, he won at like 177 points, and Kamala like, 277. Like Kamala at 250, I think. So.
Are you guys pretty happy about it?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, hopefully in the next year or so, prices should stop dropping on gas and like fuel and stuff for that.
All right, so this is Cheeseburger. He said he was running for president last time we were with him.
Because I'd be a great president. Oh, you stopped that. Oh, I'm seeing things. But see, I'm a great president.
So how do you feel about this election? You know, just you running as an individual, the only independent in this race.
I feel great, to be honest. I think I would do better. No, Trump is actually doing good right now, so I'm glad he's in. But honestly, if I wasn't president, I'd cook. Honestly, because most of the time these people make the wrong decisions, and it just goes downhill. But if I was president, man, we're gonna go uphill. If I start a war, whoops, it was on accident. It was probably because I said something mean to the Mr. Putin or Kim Jong-un.
Anything else you'd like to add, Sir President?
Not really. I'm just gonna say ahead of time, Mr. Kim Jong-un and Putin, I'm sorry for what I say.
Thank you.